excited for practice? How we doing? Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you.
Get it, man, I'm straight up the block. I can run it back, cause I'm straight with the rock. Hope you feeling like a man. Straight up the block, like a running back. Get it, man, I'm straight up the block. I can run it back, cause I'm straight with the rock. Hope you feeling like a pamphlet, long rush your shoulders off. Ladies.
This kid?
Yeah, there's same with technology.
This kid?
Yeah, there's
1
period, and what'd you get out of those workouts with him and whoever else was out there?
Papa Ham, CJ Ham, hooked me up with them. Adam then got my number and asked me to come out, and I was working with him twice a week, and it was so great to work with him because he's someone familiar with the offense, so I could, work on that and be able to call the plays, and him actually going out there and running it, and him telling it from his perspective on certain concepts. It was huge, and ultimately he's such a great guy too. So, he's one of those receivers where he makes a bad ball look like a good ball every time, and I wish nothing but success and health and abundance for him in the future.
Wes was talking about you're a lot like him with meditation and some other things like beyond your years. What is maybe one thing specifically? Is it meditation? Is it something else that you really keeps you grounded?
Meditation's definitely my anchor for sure. I do that every single morning, and then I hop on the shift wave chair right before practice. We don't have to get into that. Like, it's a little deep, but love you shift wave. Shout out those guys. And then I finish my day with the meditation, and it just keeps me in the present moment, helps me be self-aware, so I can just learn so much about myself that my ego might be trying to defend. And there's so many different worlds you could get into with the practice of meditation, but it's one that I, align with very heavily.
What got you into meditation?
So my senior year at IMG Academy, it was during COVID, I went through a period of depression, and, I just was in a really dark spot. I had a blessed upbringing, never really knew what depression and anxiety was all about, and going through that alone and being isolated at a boarding school, I didn't have too many resources to help me out with mental health, and I started looking up things to help promote better mental health, and meditation was the first thing that popped up, and I started learning about it, studying it, researching it, and I never really got anywhere until I started practicing it. And then once I started doing it over a period of time, I started experiencing the benefits. And then, I'll have a period of 1 week where I don't do it, and then I experience the, how I feel without it. And now I just, won't go a day without doing it.
What has your parents' support been like going back to the time you got drafted to kind of these last few months?
What was the first part?
What has your parents' support been like? Like, how often, what has their support been like?
It's always been amazing. Like I said, extremely blessed upbringing. 2 parents from a lower middle class family outside of Chicago, and they just want nothing but for me to enjoy anything that I'm doing and offer the most love and support they can. And I can't thank them enough, because that's something that a lot of kids in this world don't have, and I won't go a day without appreciating that.
Wes talked about the key being bouncing back from the downs, and I know it's only been 3 practices, but what's maybe a down moment you had here that you came back from?
On one of the passes the other day, it was 3rd and 5, and it was a little high-low concept with a choice route and a bench route. And they were playing some sort of palmsy cover 4 where they have the ability to either cloud that corner to cloud and stay in the flat, or drop back underneath the bench. And I was kind of playing in between, and I wasn't decisive enough. And I tried to rip the bench, and I kind of pulled the string where it's like you feel like you got a lot on it, but the ball's not coming out with much heat at all. And I got lucky, and it was a completion, but I should have just, got it down to the underneath guy, 3rd and 5, first down, move the chains, and not get greedy.
What's up with that process too? It does look, because of your arm strength, like there's times, especially on shorter passes, where you try and get the ball through the defender, and in this league, clearly that's tough. Like, what's that process of trying to learn what you can do and what you probably can't do in the National Football League?
For me, the process is not being afraid of failure. Coming out here every single day and just slinging it and just having full confidence in myself. Like what Jets told me right away, confidence is key in this league, and always making sure I carry that with me every single throw, every single play. So regardless what I talked about, regardless the outcome, I'm going to focus on the process, and say it does end up bad, at least I'm doing it now in July instead of in September, October, or the following months. So, I'm just out here just trying to compete, sling the thing around, and, whatever happens, happens.
Was it surprising to you when you got here just how open Sam Darnold is with sharing? You know, you're all in a competition situation, but helping each other at the same time. Sometimes in college, I don't know what your experience was, but people expect the pros to be more cutthroat rather than that.
Yeah, and especially with the quarterback position, there's only one guy. So it's a very interesting situation, but this one has been the most refreshing that I've ever been in. And, you know, looking up to Sam all my life, you know, watching him at the Elite 11, watching him at SC, you know, he's been somebody that I was a little, you know, a little afraid of walking into the same room with him. But he's just been nothing but great, you know. Opening, treats me like his little brother, and I can't thank him enough for that. And when it comes to the competition, it's a rising tide lifts all ships. You know, I'm going to push him because I'm pushing myself to be the best me every single day. And, you know, he's doing the same, and he's been doing so great so far, and I just can't wait to see what he does along the line.
A couple more for JJ. JJ, you mentioned Justin telling you to always play with confidence. What else have you learned from him?
I'd say it kind of goes with the confidence, but the swagger he walks around with, you know, every single day at practice, in the meetings, just in this building. You know, it's something about it that, you know, people really don't understand what that does for you out on the field. And I'm starting to understand, you know, what that is. And, you know, I'm trying to replicate that as much as I can. I'm more of a subtle guy. But, you know, Jets is, you know, I look to him as a big brother. And, you know, another thing, just going over plays with him after practice and him showing me, like, what he's thinking or telling me what he's thinking and then showing me how we could attack this coverage or this technique better. And, you know, that's something that's also invaluable, and I appreciate every single day.
What will a successful summer be for you in your mind?
A successful summer to me is helping this team get better, you know, any way I can, whether it's going against the ones and giving them all I got and, you know, hitting some deep balls down the field on them to piss them off a little bit and, you know, get that urgency up for the rest of practice. But at the end of the day, it's all about the team, making the team better, making them the most prepared they are until they get into September. So I just can't wait to continue to keep doing that.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Good to see you.